overall, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I think that we're a good team, not a great team. I think that we can be great though, and have had moments of greatness. So I don't know. It's tough to answer, but I would say like we're feeling good. I think that we are good. I think that we have a great opportunity ahead of us the next couple weeks here with the schedule we have. I think we've been a little lucky, and yeah, it's all about whether or not we capitalize on this opportunity we have. So, the second to last weekend of the season, we were supposed to play Boston and Memphis, and if we had just won, basically the goal was to win one of those two games to make playoffs, and all we had to do was beat one of those two and then beat the Wizards, which we were confident we were going to do, and we ended up doing. So, you know, we were supposed to play both those teams. We flew in the day the games were supposed to happen, right? And we had a huge issue with the flight delay, and we barely made it to the game versus Boston. Unfortunately, we lost. Reed had a heart palpitation attack, basically, during the game. We had to take him to the hospital. So our game versus Memphis was pushed back to next week. So then, you know, we had our eyes set on Memphis and Washington the next week, and all we had to do was win both to make playoffs. And unfortunately, we came up short against the Memphis team that we had beaten at the ticket. And, you know, Kel Mav got us kind of his revenge game against us a little bit, and that's okay. But, so, you know, we were disappointed. We thought we were a top, I don't know, maybe 6 team in the league at that point in time. We obviously it was unfortunate we weren't able to be in the playoffs, but you know, we knew at the time that we still had a good group and some guys we wanted to keep for next season. So we didn't feel too bad, and we were just happy. I don't think that anyone expected us to be a playoff team last year, or to even be as good as what we were, and or for Reed or DT to have the seasons they did, or even for Tox to have the season he did for us. So I think that there were lots of positives to take away, but was definitely super disappointing. So obviously there's a retention model because there's an expansion draft every year in this season, or in this league, and so essentially, you know, we had a choice. We had to choose 2 or 3 guys to keep before the expansion draft. We decided to go with Reezy, DT, and Toxic because we felt like those were the 3 most impactful guys moving forward that were going to do the most for us. So after the expansion draft, we elected not to take anyone. I had heard kind of through the grapevine that Robbie May from the Pistons was on the trade block, and was a little surprising to me, so I reached out. At the time, the best offer they had was the Grizzlies' first-round pick, which, because they beat us, was 1 pick ahead of ours, 15th overall. We were the 14th overall, obviously, and so we jumped them by 1 pick. We got Robbie, which is what we wanted, made the trade and pulled the trigger, and so he's been with us since, I think it was November. Yeah, and then obviously at that point we had 4 guys we felt really comfortable with. They started playing the game in off-season a little bit. They looked great, really successful team, and you know, at that point we felt pretty comfortable moving forward.
Yeah, so today we got the Season 3 NBA2K League draft. So we're here a little bit early, got some food in us, talking about our draft strategy and making sure we're ready to go come 6 o'clock.
Just super excited to see how it plays out, and ready to get the season started.
So like the last 2 seasons, I would say I was nervous, definitely anxious though too, but this year I would say like very little nervousness. I think that we were as prepared as anyone could ever be for 2 picks in a draft.
Who's going to lead, who's going
so
to be
Warriors
a
go
leader.
Slaughter.
And that's what you got.
DT does what?
Should get one more time. Well done.
Wolves.
Yes,
they shouldn't take it.
Definitely going to use that as a lot of
Most
motivation.
of
True. They need a power forward.
Achilles is looking to make a mark.
DT said so. Probably if the Bucks take anybody, they're like the least likely.
I'm not hearing none of that. I hear more Daniel saying.
This is obviously was my 3rd go around, and you know, I know you weren't in the war room with us, but if you see like the process of like how much prep goes into it, like we knew every pick before they're picked. Like we know who's going where well before the pick comes. So we were confident, comfortable knowing that Profusion was going to be there at 35. I think there were maybe 1 or 2 picks that kind of shook us up right before that, especially the pick by Utah. They took one of our kind of like last, like, you know, just in case guys, you know, to be their 6th man, which was interesting. And so we were a little nervous maybe that would happen, but like we were so prepared that it's just like we knew what to expect. We're just going to go in. We were confident we were probably going to end up with profusion, kind of just knowing what our draft board looked like and knowing what other teams' needs and who they wanted were.
Hey, Fusion, what's going on? This is Jonah with the Magic.
Hello.
How's it going? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm watching this right now.
All right, man. So if you're watching, you're going to see here in a minute. We're calling the pick-in right now. We're going to be picking you, all right?
With the Magic, all right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Dude, can't wait to have you here, all right?
Doing well.
We're really excited.
We're going to be
That's
selecting
what I love to
player
hear.
number
All right, we'll talk soon, okay?
223,
All right.
Alex Snowden,
Have a good one.
Profusion.
With the 13th pick of the second round in the 2020 NBA2K League Draft, Magic Gaming selects Profusion from Washington.
Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go.
Super excited now.
Yeah, so we didn't know who we were going to pick in the 4th round. It's kind of like you just hope someone you really want falls to you, and if not, like you have this list of guys and you kind of rank them and just say this is our list. And so yeah, we had that list and a couple of guys on it. DJ was at the top, nearly the top. I think he was second on it, and it was like, you know, if DJ's there, like he's a guy that we valued highly as a really good 2K player. We knew he's a good 2K player. We know he doesn't necessarily bring like crazy leadership, or he's not super vocal, but you know, we didn't want that or need that from a 6-man. We just wanted a guy who could come in and maybe put some pressure on some people and make them a little better.
With the 6th pick of the 4th round in the 2020 NBA 2K League Draft, Magic Gaming selects DJ Bama.
Yeah, we're on the way to go pick up DJ right now from the airport. So he gets in at 2 o'clock, and then Alex Fusion gets in at 5:30. So we're ready. Good, bro. Let's go. Good.
What's up, brother? Nice to meet you, bro. Good play?
Great cool.
That's your bag.
We're excited.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. Let's go.
Oh, we got the boots on?
On the boots, yeah.
You got another bag you gotta get? Or?
Yeah, I gotta get another bag. I think it's actually the one. Yeah, Delta, right? Yeah, it's super.
6 hours, good boy.
You didn't sleep?
Yeah, so everyone calls it the honeymoon phase, where, you know, the season starts and everyone's happy. They all think they're the best team in the league. They don't realize they're standing yet. So we were feeling that way for sure. I think everyone was getting along great, and we were real happy to be here. And you know, we started to hit scrimmages, and we were winning a lot. Frankly, we were winning everything. We didn't lose for the first couple weeks. We even played, didn't really even drop a game. So the honeymoon phase maybe lasted a week or two longer than other teams, but we were happy, especially at the time, you know, because we were winning games, and also we got along, and we have this nice studio, and we're in Orlando, Florida. There's lots of reasons to be excited. So yeah, when we first put the teams together for the 3v3 tournament, you know, we had a couple different things in mind. It was, you know, initially I wanted DT and Reezy to be on a team, so they naturally kind of went to Xbox, and we gave them Profusion. But I was really excited about our PlayStation roster. I thought that DJ, Toxic, May would actually be a more competitive team, despite, I think the community reaction was DT, Reezy, Profusion's a favorite to win on Xbox. But the PlayStation side did really well. They came out of a kind of a hell corner of the bracket. Like, it was like a 2K League team, a 2K League team, a 2K League team. It's like we didn't get any easy ones.
I'm stealing this. I'm going. Go get it! Ah!
Oh, got one in.
Oh, no. Bring it out, DJ! Oh, my blessed. Go in. That counts. Let's go.
The biggest surprise was DJ in a lot of people's eyes. Was he was coming out and just like bang, he's greening a bunch of threes. I mean, we knew this about DJ. He's a great park player. Like, we have known this a long time, and he's almost a legend. He's an elite 3 on the game, so he's played a lot of the park and stage mode on the game. So and so has Robbie, and so has Toxic. That's why I kind of thought those 3 would get along and be a good unit. So they actually made it all the way to the semifinals, and unfortunately lost to a really good 76ers team in a 2-1 finish. So unfortunate, but I think like I said, like, they were super competitive, and I think there were lots of like really positives to take away from that. It's like this group can clearly come together and be good when they want to be. So yeah, that's what we took away. Yeah, so when we first realized that, like, you know, the tip-off tournament wasn't going to happen, it was like, okay, the switch has finally flipped again. We went from kind of, you know, it felt lifeless for a month of practice where we just don't know, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. So, but the second we got the schedule, we knew who our opponents were going to be. We were super excited, and then we checked the schedule, and it's pretty favorable to start. And it's like, okay, now we really have this opportunity. Let's go. Let's go be great.
Rookie of the year. A year ago. And remember, for most of the year, he was on the wrong build. DT powers it home. They're up by 12. Number 12 pick had it knocked away. Toxic picks it up. Gets it up to Reezy, and that's an easy one. And there's DT. Powers it home.
Block for a steal, but I'm almost positive he was trying to shoot it. That's how they knocked it loose.
They got to put it up. Reg has got to shoot it. The flick, and it won't go.
Hi, Mom.
What do you tell your mom what you're doing?
I'm watching our team scrimmage right now.
Yeah, so after we won versus the Bucks, I would say the next couple days of practice were not great. You know, you can just kind of tell when a group is like, they're in their winning mode, and we were in winning mode before the Bucks.
Dini. Let's go, man. Hold it.
Damn.
Game's not over. Game's not over.
And we were not in that same mode before we faced Washington, which is unfortunate. But, you know, we had every opportunity to win the game. You know, I think of one play, we had about 45 seconds on the game clock in the fourth quarter. We had kind of clawed our way back in of game one versus the Wizards, and, you know, we had the ball and we ended up not getting a shot. We ended up turning it over. They get some free points the other way, and it was super deflating. And so we ended up, you know, obviously had a great look at the end of regulation to win the game, and DJ had a jab to the paint, Dex back out, wide open three, wasn't able to get it to go. So unfortunate way to lose, but you know, at that point I think that, you know, the Wizards kind of made a couple adaptations going into game two that kind of choked us out on offense and made it really tough for us to win. Well, I mean, we can go a variety of directions from here because we're kind of just completely middle of the pack. And to be honest with you, like, I look at the league standings and it gives me anxiety every time I see it, because it's like right now we're like 12th or something because we just haven't played as many games as the other teams because we had the bye week, and it's like I do not like where we are on this board right here. So it's like we have got to make sure we take care of business in the next few days. Yeah, so I mean, I think we could be a great team in this league. Like, I really do think like we could be. I mean, I for sure think we are a playoff caliber team. I for sure think like we're a team that can go and win a tournament. But I think we can be a championship level team. I think we're as good as anybody when we want to be, and it's just about making sure that, you know, we get in our winning ways at the right time and we hit our stride at the right time. And I think it's important context that no team that's won a championship peaked at week 2. No team ever that's won a championship peaked in week 2. So you don't want to peak now, I think. And so, you know, we're rolling with the punches. You know, obviously COVID was a challenge. You know, being out of our facility is a challenge. Having 30 upload speed for 2 regular season games is a challenge. You know, but we're rolling with the punches, and I think we're going to be better for it in the long run. And hopefully, you know, 2 months from now, we'll look back and be like, all these things were so worth it because we got to this mountain moment where we knew we could be. And, you know, I just think that the guys deserve that, and we're going to keep working to make sure we get there.